So warm welcome to everybody. I'm very pleased to um, uh, present this taster session on the MSc IT Enabled Innovation program, which is with the School of Business in Munich University. So my goal is to provide you with some basic information about the program, and hopefully this information will help you in deciding in supporting your decision to enroll in the program, or if you're already enrolled in the program, it will provide you with some information that you may need to complete your registration process. The MSc United Enabled Innovation Program is one of the several programs we have at the business school. And what is common to all our programs is that we share the same core mission, and values. So why should you study an MSc in IT Enabled Innovation? Well, what we have seen is that both from research and practice is that companies across sectors continue to invest in IT or digital technologies. However, much of the investments that they've made result in very little gains. Most of the projects that they execute are often late. Most of them run over budgets, and they basically fail to contribute to the overall strategic goals, of the organization. And the reason for this is that the required management and governance system that's required for the successful execution of these digital technology initiatives are just not there. So what we hope to achieve through the Masters in IT Enabled Innovation program is to be able to equip you with our students with the knowledge and skills that they need to unlock the true potentials and value of IT and digital transformation initiatives. So specifically, our Masters in IT Enabled Innovation program will integrate sound IT management and governance modules with the best of business and management education that is targeted at both students with business backgrounds or those that may also be, IT graduates. And from time to time, we also have students that already have very extensive experience as IT professionals in industry. So what would you get from our program specifically? The idea is that our program will prepare you for mid to senior management roles in IT functions organizations, whether you in the private sector and the public sector, in Ireland or in other parts of the world that you choose to work, in. And we'll do this by helping you to develop your skills in aligning IT investments to business strategy, to ensure that concrete business value creation is obtained, for your organization. We'll also, the program will also help you in understanding how new and emerging technologies can be effectively used in transforming businesses, both big, large, or small businesses like SMEs. And the program will also help in developing your skills in using mature framework and tools to ensure that the use of IT in organizations are ethical and that they comply with corporate governance and other government or industry regulations. And this is where the whole idea of the technology management and governance aspect, comes in. These skills are very critical if we have to manage technology projects successfully in organizations. One of the unique attributes or aspects of our program is that we'll expose you to very practical, tools. So we will be helping our students will be exposed to learning the IT CMF and other IT governance models and frameworks that are used in industry. So what I have on the screen now is the IT CMF framework, which stands for IT Capability Maturity Framework, developed by the Innovation Value Institute at Munich University. And this framework has been developed based on a lot of years of practice, and experience, across in the use of and management of IT across several sectors in the Irish economy, and other parts of the world. So you see that from the very aspect of the framework, we have components that relates to how to manage IT as a business, managing the IT budget, managing the IT capabilities, and managing IT for business value. So even from the layout of the framework, you could immediately see that developing skills in frameworks like this will provide you with how to understand some of the challenges that that we normally have or that you may have in managing IT projects for concrete value. One of the things that it will also be possible is that our students will have opportunity to interact with experts at the Innovation Value Institute, which is one of the institutes attached to the School of Business. This institute, for example, offers a number of seminars and webinars. In fact, if we're going to be on campus, as we expect from September, some of a few of your classes may actually happen, particularly the seminars may happen in this building. So, what are the career options open to graduates of our program? Well, our graduates can actually work across many industries and can also work as independent consultants. And the specific job roles that are graduates from our programs can work in include, IT project manager role, information security analyst role, business analyst role, database administrator roles, management analyst roles, computer systems analyst role, information systems manager role, IT support officers or managers, data analysts, application analysts, enterprise architects, and the list actually goes on. It's also possible that for those that already have experience coming into our program, they can continue. Of course, they can continue to work in the industries where they're already in, but with additional skills and competencies that's required to function at a mid management, or senior management and level. What are the entry requirements for our program? We do not have our program doesn't require any prior knowledge of IT or business or management, and that's why we have students or graduates with business background and IT background, coming into the program. The only thing we assume is that anybody applying for our program will have the capacity for study in rapid, development, context. And regarding the specific grades that we'll expect from your first degree, we'll assume that you have at least a second-class lower grade in your first degree, which is level 8 degree equivalent in Ireland. And in exceptional circumstances, we will be open to admitting students who may not have their first degree, but that have extensive, work and experience. What are kinds of modules that you'll be taking should you be admitted into our program? You'll be taking a number of technology management as well as modules. You'll also be taking a number of management modules, and you'll be taking a career, planning and development module. Roughly speaking, you'll be taking about 35 credits of technology management module, about 15 credits of management module, 10 credits of career plan development module, and about 30 credits for your projects. And these are the specific modules that you'll be learning. For the first semester, you'll be learning strategic management, career plan and development, digital business, and IT performance, IT governance, performance, and risk. And for our second semester, will be covering modules related to IT skills and capabilities, contemporary issues in IT, financial management, and actionable insights through research. In addition to this, there is a project that every student will have to take, and that's about 30 credits. So that's a very important part of the whole program. And there are 3 options for the master's project. We have the business research project, which allows students to work on projects that have been submitted by companies. We also have the option of work placement, where the students actually, carry out project in situ within a company. And then we have the dissertation track, where a student may choose to work on a topic of its own liking. Usually students that take the dissertation track would usually go on to do their PhD. But again, it's possible for a student to still take the dissertation track and not proceed to a PhD. It just provides the flexibility, to do topics that the students may want to work on, whereas the others 2 options focuses a lot on working with organizations, working with companies. Regarding the course structure and the lecture schedule, the program is very intensive and fast-paced. So for the full-time program, we'll be looking at 12 months, intensive work, which is delivered in 2 blocks, in blocks of 2 full days every 2 weeks, which is usually Thursday and Friday every 2 weeks, fortnightly. And for the part-time, it's a 24-month program, which is also delivered in 2 full days, usually Thursday and Friday, but every 4 weeks. Okay, so the full-time students will be doing 4 modules per semester, while the part-time will be doing 2 modules per semester. So what we expect is that students learn independently. It's a graduate program, so there's a lot of independent work and significant reading that is involved in the program. And that's the only thing, and that's one thing that, of course, will demand a lot from any students, on coming into the program, regardless of their background. We have a program handbook that provides a lot of detailed information about the program. So for those that may already have been admitted into the program, I'll be happy to share, a copy of the program handbook with you. For others that may also may want to have more details about the specifics of the program, I'll be also happy to share, a version of the program handbook with you, if that's going to help you in deciding if the program is the right one for you or not. In terms of the expected mode of delivery of lectures, we'll be guided by the public, health, guidelines in force by the time we resume for the next, session. In the optimistic scenario, we will imagine that a number of postgraduate modules will be held on campus face-to-face. And in the event that we still have high level of restrictions due to the ongoing pandemic, then lectures will be delivered remotely but synchronously. Regarding the fees, for the EU students, the full-time fees is 8,300 per, which is for a year per session. For the part-time, the fee is 5,200 euros per annum, which means that that will be paid, for 2 years. That's 10,400. For international, students, which is only there's only a full-time option available to them. They will full international will be paying 15,000 euros, per annum. Now, the details of this, if you require more information on the fees, particularly for international students, I would strongly recommend that you talk to our international office. Of course, I'm also happy to help you get some of the details, that you may require regarding, how to pay the fees, particularly for the international students. How do you apply for the program, particularly for those that may not have applied? You can apply through the PAC website. The Minute University PAC code for the MSc in IT enabled innovation is MH84D for the full-time program, and we have the code MH85D for the part-time program. So that's the end of my presentation, and I'll be happy now to answer some of the questions that you may have. I'm sure you may have put some of them in the chat. My colleague, Mona, will inform me of those questions, and I'll be happy to answer them. And you can also please contact me through the email that you have on the screen for more information, or to request a one-on-one session. So prior to this session this morning, I've already met a number of a few students, and I'll be happy to meet any one of you that may be also interested in one-on-one session in addition to this live broadcast.